In the vast landscape of human personalities, there exists a unique and profoundly misunderstood group of individuals who navigate the world with an intensity and depth that often leaves them feeling like permanent outsiders. The INFJ personality type, representing the rarest constellation of psychological characteristics in the Myers-Briggs framework, embodies a complex emotional and intellectual experience that defies conventional social understanding. These individuals are not merely different, they are fundamentally wired to perceive, feel, and interact with the world in a manner that challenges the very foundations of mainstream social expectations. The journey of an INFJ is marked by a constant internal dialogue of sensitivity, insight, and a profound desire to create meaningful connections in a world that often prioritizes superficiality and conformity. Their experience is not just about feeling different, but about experiencing a fundamental disconnect between their inner world and the external social structures that surround them. This disconnect manifests in multiple dimensions of life, creating a unique narrative of emotional complexity, intellectual depth, and perpetual search for authentic understanding. The rarity of depth and perception. INFJ represent an extraordinary psychological phenomenon, comprising less than 1% of the global population. This statistical rarity is not merely a numerical curiosity, but a profound reflection of their unique psychological makeup. Unlike other personality types that might blend more seamlessly into societal norms, INFJ emerge as distinct individuals with an almost intuitive understanding of human complexity that far surpasses typical emotional intelligence. Their perception extends beyond surface-level interactions, delving into the intricate emotional landscapes of human experience. Where others might see a simple conversation, an INFJ perceives underlying motivations, unexpressed emotions, and complex relational dynamics. This heightened sensitivity is both a remarkable gift and a significant challenge. It allows them to offer unparalleled empathy and insight, yet simultaneously exposes them to emotional overwhelm and persistent feelings of isolation. The emotional paradox: sensitivity as strength and vulnerability. The INFJ experience can be described as an emotional paradox. Their extraordinary ability to understand and feel deeply becomes simultaneously their most powerful asset and their most profound source of pain. Imagine possessing an emotional radar so finely tuned that every interaction becomes a complex symphony of unspoken feelings, hidden motivations, and intricate human dynamics. This sensitivity transforms ordinary social interactions into deeply nuanced experiences that most people cannot comprehend. Their emotional intelligence is not a passive trait but an active, consuming experience. An INFJ does not simply observe emotions, they fully immerse themselves in the emotional landscapes of others. This complete emotional engagement enables them to offer profound compassion and understanding, yet it also renders them vulnerable to emotional exhaustion and misunderstanding. The depth dilemma: communication beyond conventional boundaries. In a society that predominantly values quick, transactional communication, INFJ represent a radical departure from the norm. Their conversational preferences transcend small talk, seeking instead to explore the profound depths of human experience. When an INFJ attempts to initiate a conversation about meaningful topics, philosophical insights, emotional complexities, or systemic societal challenges, they are frequently met with discomfort, confusion, or outright dismissal. This communication challenge is not a simple misunderstanding but a fundamental difference in perceiving and processing information. While most social interactions are designed around surface-level exchanges, INFJ crave intellectual and emotional depth that challenges existing conversational paradigms. Their communication style becomes a form of subtle rebellion against societal norms, highlighting the disconnect between their rich inner world and external social expectations. Emotional intensity: the overwhelming gift. The emotional intensity of INFJ represents a dimension of human experience that most people are ill-equipped to navigate. Where others might experience emotions as fleeting states, INFJ experience them as immersive, all-encompassing environments. This intensity is not a choice but an intrinsic aspect of their psychological architecture. They do not simply feel emotions, they become those emotions, experiencing them with a depth and complexity that can be both beautiful and overwhelming. This emotional depth frequently creates significant social challenges. In professional and personal contexts, their intense emotional experiences can be misinterpreted as dramatic, unstable, or overly sensitive. The reality is far more nuanced. Their emotional intensity is a sophisticated mechanism of understanding and connecting with the human experience at its most fundamental level. The corporate environment, a structural mismatch. Traditional workplace environments represent a particularly challenging landscape for INFJ. Corporate cultures typically prioritize quantifiable metrics, hierarchical structures, and competitive dynamics, all of which fundamentally contradict the INFJ's core values of collaboration, meaningful contribution, and holistic understanding. Where most professionals might adapt to these systems, INFJ experience them as inherently alienating and psychologically depleting. Their professional aspirations are not driven by traditional markers of success like financial compensation or positional power, but by a genuine desire to create positive, transformative change. This means they are often drawn to fields that allow direct human impact: counseling, social work, creative professions, education, and nonprofit sectors where their unique insights can be genuinely leveraged for meaningful progress. Communication as a strategic approach. INFJ communication in professional settings is less about conforming to established protocols and more about creating genuine, purpose-driven interactions. They approach workplace dynamics with a holistic perspective, seeking to understand systemic challenges and propose integrative solutions. This approach often conflicts with more linear, transaction-oriented communication styles prevalent in many professional environments. Their communication strategy is fundamentally collaborative, prioritizing collective growth over individual achievement. This makes them exceptional team members when they find environments that appreciate their nuanced approach, but can also lead to significant frustration in more competitive, individualistic workplace cultures. Conclusion: embracing the extraordinary nature of INFJ experience. The journey of an INFJ is not about fitting in, but about understanding and celebrating their unique contribution to human experience. Their perceived rejection by society is not a weakness but a testament to their extraordinary capacity for depth, empathy, and transformative vision. In a world that often celebrates conformity, INFJ emerge as crucial agents of emotional intelligence, systemic understanding, and profound human connection. To every INFJ reading this, your complexity is not a burden, but an extraordinary gift waiting to be understood and celebrated.